Here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Smokkin.
All right, and it is Kneecap Biting with Smoking Jeremy B and Von Doom. Will Vogel's in the chat saying, "What's up, gentlemen?" Uh, big news broke tonight across the league. The cap room is going to be as much as 243 million, which is a big jump from what they expected it to be, and it could go up as much as 19.3 million from what they expected it to be. If that happens, that's going to put it at about 250 million. And every team has 19 more million in cap room than what they thought. So teams that were borderline, like deciding if they're going to tag somebody or not, they don't have to make that decision anymore because that gives them enough for most of the tags, except for quarterback.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, sir.
You just sound like you got a mouse who's trying to be a DJ in the background, but I'm okay with that.
My sound card is just being stupid as shit right now.
The next time you go to Walmart in the electronic, there it went away. Right there. Is it your cord on your headphones?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Because every now and then you get to a certain spot and it just goes away.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
It's kind of like guys without Viagra over the age of 70.
Hit or miss.
But I figured this was big news and it's something worth coming in and talking about because that means instead of 46.1, we might have a total of 55.1 or 55.5 million. At 55.5 million, the 18 million don't hurt you as much for the rookie signing. And we got a little wiggle room, which gives us puts us in that 30 to 35 range for cap room after rookie signings, which is huge. And that means we can finish extending the guys we have to extend this year that are on the last year of rookie contract. I still don't know if I would do Goff. I want to see how much we have after the rookie signings. RXJ, what up? By the way, if you want to call into the show, that number is on the screen for you. I take any and all phone calls. My touchpad on the computer is becoming a little bit on the possessed side. It randomly clicks the right click on its own. But yeah, so that extra 19 million is going to help a lot of teams, especially borderline teams that was debating if they wanted to tag a star defensive or offensive lineman. No, I did not see the Wilkins stuff on Twitter. I've been paying attention more to the cap news because that covers every team in the NFL, especially the Lions right now. But I think it's going to help the Ravens be able to tag Matabuke without having to clear cap to do it now. I think that's a huge move. They'll still have to clear cap to sign their rookies.
Oh, Christian Wilkins, the end. Okay.
What did he have to say?
I don't know.
Dolphins said they might tag him. Woo-hoo. Oh, he's probably not happy about that because he's a vet. You know what I mean? He's not just a. This isn't just his second contract, is it?
No, things no.
He's
He's
been with
gonna
a
be
few
28,
teams.
28 or 29.
Well, with the extra 19 million, all these teams that were borderline not able to tag players are going to be able to tag them now, Braylon Dennis. But Brad Holmes said something key, and I want to repeat it so everybody listens to what exactly he said. We don't just spend big on getting a high price guy. It's got to be the right fit. It doesn't matter what the outside world thinks. So he may need a change of scenery, but as long as they have put the exclusive franchise tag on him, he's not getting it. The other one that's getting a tag now is Josh Allen. They weren't going to be able to tag him, and now they can because they were at that borderline where, man, the tag is almost all of our cap after signing rookies, and now they got that extra. They can tag him and still sign people. So a lot of teams just got helped out a lot by the announcement of this news. And I want to repeat that again. We don't just spend big on getting a high price guy. It's got to be the right fit. It doesn't matter what the outside world thinks. And if you think about that, a four-man, three-man front D end hybrid is actually the right fit. And that guy is a mid-tier guy which nobody's talking about. It's AJ Epinesa. No. He said we don't just spend big. Keywords. It doesn't mean that he won't. It has to be the right fit. That's what he said is undone. I'm looking at the quote right here, verbatim. Don't tell me what he said. We don't just spend big on getting a high priced guy. It's got to be the right fit. It doesn't matter what the outside world thinks. So please don't put words in his mouth. That isn't what he said. Troy, RXJ, just finished my mock. Took Cardi with the last pick. I I hate when people take words out of context because Holmes has spent big before. Heck, not only did he spend big, he traded big when he was with the Snead. He's the one that said, "Hey, there ain't nobody worth taking in these next couple of drafts. Trade and get Jalen Ramsey." You know, if you're probably right. I just said he may not spend big. I just said this because it said it has to be the right fit. You're putting words in my mouth. Goff ain't getting it first, and I'm gonna explain why. Amon Ra's getting that 25 million, right? That takes 105 million in cap room next year, already down to 90. And I'm talking about next season. Then you add in the $18 million of rookies whose cap goes up the second year of their salary to 22 and a half. So take that off. That puts you down at 67.5. Not including you're gonna have to be paying Panay Sewell. You're gonna have to be paying Ife Melifonwu, Aleem McNeil. So you take that down, that gets you at about 38 million plus that year's rookies at another 18 million off. So we actually only got about 30 million in cap space in 2025 after all of that. Is there enough to re-sign Goff on that for what he wants? There isn't. I've been trying to explain this. It's less about whether or not Goff is a good quarterback and keeping the team together.
Big facts.
cut Tracy and everyone else that has done nothing for this team. You can't cut everyone that has done nothing for the team because only two people clear cap. That is Tracy Walker and John Kaminsky. That's it. That's all that clears cap. If you cut everybody else that clears cap, guess what? You don't have a starting O-line. Any starting wide receivers other than Amon-Ra St. Brown if the extension gets signed. I'm telling you right now, they can't afford to pay Goff that kind of money. That's what you're missing out on. And the fact that Brad Holmes, during that same presser where he says, if we spend big money, it'll be on somebody that's the right fit. When he was asked about the Goff extension, he said, next question, please. They ain't paying him. I already put that bet in as a prop bet.
Goff, McNeil, St. Brown, Sewell, Hutch, all about to be top 5 at your position. Goff's not.
Goff will not be. I guarantee you. You watch. McNeil won't be top 10. He ain't worth top 10 money. He played at a top 20 level. You guys are way overestimating people. Goff is a top 10 QB statistically, but he's not a top 10 QB in anybody's rankings that ranks the quarterback. Why is that? And there's other guys that are worse than him that are ranked higher. I don't understand it. I understand that. But RXJ, at the same time, how many times did we hear towards the beginning of last season before he had a bad game, boy, you could put anybody behind this O-line and they'd have a good year. I know there was about 80% of the fan base that said it after the Ravens game because he had a bad game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he played at a top 10 level last year, but it's just not feasible for him to get the money. Not at the price that he wants to be at.
You know, when they said we're far apart on money, that's a key thing. That means Golf Agent is shooting way over the moon when we want what he's worth as the GM in the front office.
Wow. Some dumb shit. Hang on. I got one for you here, JB.
I didn't say Goff said it. His agent is pushing for him to be a top paid QB.
Of course, so he gets more money. Anyway, listen to this real quick, man.
Okay.
One of my buddies goes, from my old friend over at Giants Wire at USA Today, the 2024 mock draft, the Giants and Lions make a trade. The Lions acquire number 6 to take Cooper DeJean at 6, which is crazy. The Giants would acquire number 29, 61, 73, and a 2025 second. How the fuck does anybody think that shit would be fucking feasible for either team there?
It had to be a mock draft trade.
Yeah, but these are the guys at USA Today fucking putting this shit out, this scenario.
That ain't happening. Right. It's a money issue for us. I still respect Goff a lot for saving his career.
What insider saying that there's a contract extension that's coming?
What insider? They have not. There has been nothing ever since they rumored that there was going to be a contract extension. There has not been anything said about a Goff extension or Goff contract talks for 4 straight weeks. This is the second week since the Super Bowl. We've been out since the NFC Championship game. All those rumors happened right after the day after the NFC Championship game. Here we are 4 weeks later. I have not seen one report saying they've been in talk. Those contract talks broke down in November. They said, we'll pick it up in the off season. That was Brad's word at the Thanksgiving Day, pre-Thanksgiving Day game presser. Don't say they've been in track. Oh, and back in December. Have you heard anything? The only contract talks I've heard about in the past week has been Amon-Ra St. Brown. You heard about Goff? Anybody? Anything? Any report in the last 2 or 3 days other than Amon-Ra?
Mm-hmm. Just
I heard
because you
rumors
like him doesn't mean he's getting paid. I'm done.
I heard that. Well, we'll know tomorrow what's going on with Sewell. Yeah, and his agent has been pushing for the top money. That's what you're not listening to. His agent's way up here. Brad Holmes hasn't wanted, and Matt Dunstall hasn't wanted to give him that up here money because he's a mid-tier level quarterback who plays good behind a great O line and with a great team around him. That is what he's done his entire career. And Dave Eastman, you're absolutely right. He's got to win them a Super Bowl before they get it. And it really depends if they have the money. And that's what everybody doesn't understand. Every signing we do now affects next year's cap too. If they were doing a team friendly deal, the deal would have been done last offseason. I'm telling you, Goff wants over 45 million and way more than anybody thinks he wanted. Goff says he wants to be here, but he didn't say he'd take a team friendly deal. That's what everybody assumes he's going to take a team friendly deal. If it was a team friendly deal, the deal would have been done way prior to last season starting because they had contract talks for 2 weeks before the season. That broke down because they were far apart on money. They had contract talks again mid-season just before the trade deadline. But at the same time, RXJ, he just scouted Hooker for 10 years too. So you can't say he's got a boner for Goff because ever since he drafted Hooker, there's been a thing about talking about being far apart on money. Right. And this is what I've been saying, and you're not listening. I said he's under contract for another season. Let him play. Let Hooker develop. And then move on. Let him walk away. You don't have to pay him.
Letting him play out the final year and seeing what Hooker has in that time period is probably the smartest thing to do. I just say trade him because I don't like Jared Goff.
I know you do.
I like
But you
draft
got
picks.
you may like draft picks, but we also got to look at Dan loves Goff too. He said he was good enough for Detroit. Yeah, I understand that. But you notice it's fine. Would Goff hold out though? Not if it starts costing him game checks. Remember, if he holds out and doesn't show up to practice, he doesn't get a roster bonus. He doesn't get his practice bonus. That's almost 12 million. That's almost 12 million he's going to miss out on if he doesn't play. Because his base salary is 21.5. He's due 32.5 after roster bonuses, incentives, and everything else. And yes, that is the call-in number if anybody wants to talk. We're in a very trepidous waters right here. This is like being near the edge of the whitewater before it starts at the rapids, where you really got to think twice before you go past that last set of rocks. And I'm not saying Goff isn't a good quarterback. Nowhere have I said that. I just said letting him ride out the last year of his contract. Oh my God, I don't want JJ McCarthy within 100 miles of the Lions. Make that 200 miles of the Lions.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
mad if he went to the Lions.
Say what?
I wouldn't be mad if McCarthy went to the Lions.
I would. You only say that because your Giants fans say they want McCarthy.
That is 100% the reason.
He isn't great though. I didn't. He see him make 2 or 3 throws where you're like, oh my god, that's a great throw. But you may see 10 throws in that same game where it's like, what the is he doing? Hooker is 10 times the quarterback that JJ McCarthy was at Michigan, and that's no bullshit.
Well, yeah, he's 5 years older than him. He had all that time to develop.
What are you talking about? JJ McCarthy spent 4 years in the system. He's already 22. We're talking about a guy that's 25, gonna be 26. He isn't 26 yet.
Hooker's like 70.
He is not.
He's Bo Nix's dad. He's like 70.
You are so much hating on this guy. He's 25 years old. DJ want him in free agency? No. The guy that I see happening, possibly. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what the reports are. I haven't heard anything from the Lions saying they love him. Just because other teams love somebody doesn't mean the Lions won't love them. I don't understand this where people fall in love with a name in free agency all the time. And then when we don't get them, people get mad and they get upset. Let Brad Holmes do what Brad Holmes does. The type of signing he'll do while everybody up at the top is oogling and ogling over Brian Burns and Josh Allen and all these people that are probably going to get tagged and not be available within the next 24 hours. It'll be a guy like AJ Epineza. Second, third round mid talent, lived up to the billing a year or two. Wow, Troy. Adoree Jackson is re-signing with the Giants. Is the last report I heard.
He wants to come back. There's no word on if they're actually coming back or not yet. But he understands his business. But who knows? Adoree Jackson needs to change his scenery, though. He'd be good for you guys.
What year was Adoree Jackson drafted? This is his first contract after draft, right?
A second.
It's a second, okay.
He's going to be 28 years old.
I think Hooker has the chance to be a generational talent. He was looking amazing at Tennessee, and look what he did. He beat Georgia. No, he beat Alabama and got hurt in the middle of the Georgia game. That's what it was, right? Yeah,
I don't
it was
recall,
Alabama.
honestly. God damn, really?
Actually, that is one of the better things I've seen tonight. We're only going to get stronger. Love the season. It was fun watching the Lions and Holmes draft good again. I don't know why everybody thinks it's so horrible. It's a non-contact injury where a lot of people come back and never have the injury again anymore. I mean, it didn't happen when he was 29 years old. It happened at 24. He just turned 25. He'll be 26 come the time of the season. You guys act like he's 30 years old already. Good Lord. But AJ Epineza in that mid-tier level, that's the type of signing we're going to see. I think if he takes a swing, it's going to be where we need the most help. It's at CB1. I think that's where you take a swing. And for me, it's Chidobe Awuzie because we already have heard the reports out of Bengals camp is they're tagging T. Higgins. So they won't be able to tag Chidobe.
Let's see what their cap space looks like real quick. Bengals, where you at?
This is the first year of Burrow's extension.
They've got like $59.43 million.
Bengals?
Bengals. They're number 5 on the list of teams with most cap salary this year.
Oh.
They might not let him walk. They might be able to pay his ass. I can't wait to see the teams that got to cut players.
Like yours.
No, we don't. We don't have to, but we should. We have not like 19 million, 11 million functional. I'm looking at teams like this. Like the Saints are 83 over. The Bills are 55 over. Dolphins 51. Chargers 35. Broncos 24. Cowboys 21.
Oh,
The Steelers are 13.
wow. I'm trying to talk and I can't even hear. Wow, Hendon Hooker is a glorified Joe Milton plus accuracy. I can't believe I'm hearing this because I saw a guy that was like head Hooker generational one a joke. He was a generational talent. Before he got hurt, Hooker was going to be head and shoulders above every quarterback last draft for the Heisman. 37 touchdowns through the air, 2 interceptions, 10 on the ground. Cousin Jay, just because you don't have him, and he looked way better than Justin Fields ever did at Ohio State. I didn't shit on Goff. You are reading way more into it. I never shit on Goff.
I shit on Goff, not JB. Get it right. I'm the bad guy there.
Well, you better tell your GM that you want Fields gone because Ryan Poles says he's building around Justin Fields every other day.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing with the Bears with their quarterback situation. I was just reading like we'll have a plan next week of what we're doing. I swear to God, they're just gonna flip a coin, keep him or trade him. And Caleb's a Bear. I can't wait to see the freaking fallout of that pick.
Yeah, I can see it now. Do you remember when who was it that got picked first overall a few years back and he just like hung his head when he walked? Oh, it was Mitch Trubisky when he was picked for the Bears. He got the phone call and he looked down like, oh my God.
I could blatantly see Caleb Williams walking onto stage and just being like, nope. I think he's that arrogant and that big of a deal, but he could do it.
I think he'll retire for 4 years, come back and be a free agent.
Just sit out a year and ran to the draft next year.
Caleb is not a generational talent. Everybody thinks Caleb is this generational talent. Did you see how good he did against ranked teams last year? Oh, that's right. He had a QBR under 50. A lot like Justin Fields. No wonder why Bears fans want him.
I think Caleb Williams should be a hell of a lot better than Justin Fields. But I don't think the Bears' situation to develop him and make him that quarterback, though.
I don't see a generational talent. I see a generational bust. It'll be the 3rd bust in a row for Bears fans. Not really. When the Lions are either first or second in the division again, and the Bears are sitting in the basement because they didn't address O-line at the top of the draft like they should to protect the quarterback. Just saying. Thoughts on Snead? He will be tagged. They can't afford to lose him.
Today's been a weird day reading about the Chiefs because they can't lose Snead. They need him. But Chris Jones is definitely a bigger priority for them. It's
That's
all going
why
to
I
depend on
think
the cap.
that's why I think they're going to tag Snead and re-sign Chris Jones.
I think Jones forces their hand to tag him, though, honestly. It's going to cost them $32.58 million to tag him this year because it's going to be a second tag.
I'm going to address something here. Somebody said Chidobe had a down year. He had 5 times better a year than Cam Sutton, so he'd be the best cornerback on this roster, and then you draft one towards the top of the draft. I'm not wrong.
Troy, which free agents are you talking about, really? He doesn't really have any that are worth a damn that he needs to sign.
Awuzie has been a solid, never the top guy, but never the bottom guy. He's been a solid corner. Chidobe and Sutton twice a year would be too easy. Good luck with the front 7. That's all I'm saying. That's where my focus is going. Oh, we're talking about your quarterback that has completed 2 passes to Aiden Hutchinson in his career. The other 2 were completed by Aaron Rodgers.
Burnt toast, man. We ain't talking about Eli Apple up in his bitch. You gotta respect your golden goose. They have no line.
He is your QB. Until it happens. I think it'll be somebody like Chidobe Awuzie or Adoree Jackson if the Giants don't sign him. And then we probably end up with a guy like AJ Epinesa for opposite Hutchinson.
My only fear is that Epinesa is going to be demand a little extra in the free agency this year because he did really come on at the end of the last season.
You can't. I don't think he'd expect a lot. He's in that mid tier. He's like the 18th best D end on the market. On the market, that doesn't mean you're the 18th best player overall at your position. Man, our cousin Jay believes more of the rumor mills out there on the internet and Twitter than everybody else. And that's why I don't follow guys that own franchises like Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell that have their own web page. And didn't they pick up the 5th-year option on Fields last year?
I don't recall.
Lion fans are so scared of their impending down. You talk like your team's going to be good, and there's no guarantee of that. I don't see it. I'd trade Fields for Cardi, JB. Yeah, I mean, besides, what are you going to get for Justin Fields? About as much as you'd get for Tracy Walker and John Kaminsky combined.
I've heard a couple teams that are actually still really high on him, and Pittsburgh might be a team that be willing to come up for him.
I think somewhere between a 3rd and a 7th round.
I bet they'd pull a 1st or 2nd out of him. I'd put money on that.
If we were going to trade Goff, you would have to do it this year because he's a free agent next year.
Yes, if you were going to trade Goff, it would be this year.
Justin Fields is a giant Von Doom.
Motherfucker, we don't need another fast quarterback that can't throw the damn ball to his fucking receivers, okay? Another injury-prone piece of fucking paper. Fuck.
To clear cap, yes, we do talk about trading Goff. But no, since the report came out that every team's getting an extra 19.3 million, it isn't necessary to create cap to be able to sign the guys. Salt and pepper with Jones and Fields.
Hang on. Who's a good freaking running back that can throw the ball? We can just run a fucking modified wildcat. We'll have Jones on one side, Fields on the other, and the running back in the back.
Taysom Hill.
In his $50 million contract. Fuck my life. I'd hang up my fandom. I would.
You hope that the Lions give Goff a massive extension. There's no signs that it's happening. You guys all read into these rumor mill things, and you know what? I pay attention to what comes out of Allen Park. The benefit of writing for an online publication that gets that stuff sent to them. It's the main reason why I've never been the rumor mill guy for a podcaster. And yes, that's why I've had slow and steady growth versus going up in booms and leaps and bounds because I don't attend. Saw on Reddit he's getting 50 million. Yeah, because people on Reddit are always right. People on Reddit said we were trading Goff last year. He's a Bears fan. I have no idea who he is.
RJX, I'm starting to hate you right now, man.
Oh, Troy. Troy's bringing the heat on the Giants.
Wow, man. This fucking guy. Man, I hope next time you guys play the Giants in MetLife, it's raining. And you try running that ball.
It's rumored that the Tampa Bay Bucks want to bring Mike Evans back, so they're trying to work out a deal with him. So more than likely, he doesn't go anywhere. And if he does, he goes to the Chiefs. What?
There's a problem with that, though, because today at 4 o'clock, his contract voided. Him and Baker Mayfield both. So they just took $14 million of dead cap because they didn't work out a deal for them before today. Go look.
Nah, I ain't got to look. I was looking to see if we get a phone call. You know, I put this up on the screen. Nobody calls. I did my FTP sponsor show bid on the show, and lo and behold, a Packer fan called in. I thought that was pretty epic.
I guess my background tomorrow is going to be fuck the Lions to see how many Lions fans call in.
Maybe it'll work. I don't know. What do we got to do? People say they like to be able to call into shows. I got a number on the screen, and that hasn't rang once. I like Evans to the Texans with C.J. Stroud. That wouldn't be bad. Nico Collins, Mike Evans, C.J. Stroud, and that O-line. And they get to build in the draft this year.
And they get Tank Dell back.
Yeah, for the ultimate slot receiver. Because that is what he is. Because when he was playing the 2 is when he got hurt.
He got hurt because he had no business being in the middle of a fucking pile being like 150 pounds. Man, you crazy. Keep your ass away.
Now Cousin Jay just throwing all sorts of bullshit out there. Bears are signing Mike Evans. Oh, that's good because he didn't do anything in either game versus the Lions. You got another wide receiver that won't get to the end zone but get a bunch of yards.
Man, if Mike Evans went to the Bears, you guys kept Justin Fields, he wouldn't be fighting freaking Marshawn Lattimore anymore. He'd be beating the shit out of his own quarterback.
I think Mike Evans might retire if the Bears tried to sign him. I'll just sit out of here. Sorry. You forget how hard it is to get great players to go to a team that's last place. You're talking to a team that knows this. Welcome to the basement and hard to get players to play for a regular contract, cousin Jay, because that's what you're about to face. It's the same reason why you had to overpay to keep Sweat. Did we win the division, cousin Jay? Did CJGJ turn down Philly and take less to come to Detroit? Food for thought.
He took a lot less too.
Yeah, like they offered him 13 million. He turned it down and came here for 6.
That's a lot less.
Yeah, a lot less. That's less than half. I live in Florida, and we like 16 people get together. We get together every Sunday to watch Lions and with Tampa, and that was fun. That's awesome. Detroit's the last city I would want to live in. Chicago's the last city I'd want to live in because you guys, as long as you're a criminal, you can have a gun, but if you're a citizen, you're not allowed to own one. There's a reason why Chicago has more murders per capita than Detroit anymore. It's only the criminals have the guns. And that includes the citizens that buy them illegally. Oh, Allen Park's a nice place. Very nice area of Detroit.
It's too cold.
Is Comiskey getting cut? He should. It'll save us money, almost $5 million. It's time to talk about our sponsor, our favorite sponsor. It's FTP. No, not the florist. What is it there, Dan?
Fuck the Packers.
You did try to call. I didn't see it ring because I was staring at the screen.
Damn it.
So I'm calling him back. Is this Troy?
Hey.
Well, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be on here. Just wanted to say I got an insider, a New York Giants insider, and
don't even, man.
This time tomorrow, Justin Fields will be a New York Giant.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna come cut me down out of my rafters, right?
Oh, he's got to bust your balls there, Leonard.
I heard they're trading a first and a fourth for him, and they're also they're throwing in a little gift in there too.
So I have to ask, they would be trading next year's first because they still need no lineman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yep. And
so
all
it's not
I know,
all bad.
Nope. And I also know this is cousin Jay is Aaron Rodgers' burner in the chat. So
that's great. All right, give me an FTP before we close out with you, buddy.
Fuck the Packers.
Amen. Have a great night. You gotta love it when the
Troy,
fans go balls.
I guess I'm just gonna have to go cry over my 4 Super Bowl titles. Fuck
it. Amen. Fuck the Packers. You know, that is when it's fun. I love talking to the fans. I love talking with the fans. I love shit talking with the fans of other teams. It's a lot of fun. No, none of us are crying. You know why? Because it's the off season. But I do know one thing. As the first place team in the division, we've got a murderer's row of a schedule. Is it going to be easy to get back there again? No. Do I expect it? Yes. Do I expect they might fall back a game or two? Absolutely. And fuck the Bears, cousin Jay. Because he said this. Leonard, you know, look at the screen.
Fuck the Lions. Oh, the Packers too, and the Bears, and everybody else, and JB, and
Because of
fuck,
that one?
fuck everybody.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I don't really mean fuck the Lions, but fuck the Lions just because.
My screen just blacked out. I don't know what's going on.
No idea, man. That's a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But that being said, it's getting towards the end of the show. Thank you, Gloss on the Ground, for being a sponsor. Got to look up his number here so I can give it out for the fans just in case they want to get their car detailed or any of that.
Your screen just went crazy.
Yeah, my screen did just go crazy. I can't see anything. I believe this is going to be the end. But check them out. Look them up on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. It's Gloss Negron. Have a great night, everybody. The ending.
Dun, dun, dun.
Try your day to be a better person than you were the day before.
Spay neuter your cats, your neighbors.
Did it? Are we
No.
still live?
We're still live.
Good Lord, I can't exit this thing. I'm going to have to close this browser and jump back in.
If it lets you.
Oh, it just let me back in.
There we go. I don't know where he went, but that just scared the shit out of me. That was loud as hell. Everybody have yourselves a good night. I guess we'll wait for him to jump back in here, though, so he can shut down the stream. Cousin Jay, I love when you hop in, man, because it's just fun. You talk shit, I talk shit, it's fun.
It is a lot of fun. Man, oh man, there we are. Wow, that looks weird. That's better. But thank you, everybody. Try every day to be a better person you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. Starts within here. Much love to everybody. Even you, Cousin Jay. But fuck your Bears. And fuck your feelings too.